Hmm. Okay, so indexing is definitely one of the most important thing, because
You
whenever
you were recording. You were recording or given us permission?
no, no, I'm recording actually. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so this multi-indexing thing, right? So generally, whenever you get data in this format. Suppose whenever you're getting data in Excel sheet in those formats, right? You get data in this format. Column name, I mean multiple columns, and then more information. This is known as hierarchical indexing. Okay, and many times your data looks like this, right? Suppose this is my more stock data that I'm loading this time. The data, if you load it directly like this, it is this information. So what you want to do, you want to make this trading data and price type as index. Okay, you want to make this information as index. So that is what you did here. You did set index. You mentioned here trading data and price type, these two information. Okay, and what it results into, it is grouping. It's actually it made this as index, made this as index. Okay, and then you have the rest of the data. Okay, for example, if you want just by first level of indexing, right, you just mention first indexing, you'll get all the data, right? If you mention first and second level of indexing, you'll get this particular information. Got it, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, these two information. At the same time, if you ix is anyway not there, so if I say lock here, let it load. Yeah, so after that, okay, after that I'm reading this file which is already present in this directory. I am dumping the information. Okay, after that I'm setting the index. After that I'm showing the head. After that I'm getting data by this value. Okay, and see this data. Okay, this is what is little. So now if I do this, I'm getting this information. Suppose you want to get the data frame. Okay, you want to get the data frame like this. Okay, so it returns you the entire stuff. I want only OpenSea.
Hmm.
Okay, you get only the value that is corresponding to this.
Hmm.
Okay, ilock is ix is not in use now onwards. So if you do a lock, you get the entire information from this date to this date. But at this date to this date, you are getting that filtering option. Let's do more things. Suppose I have this file births.csv. I'm loading this file. Then I do a describe. Very useful operation in doing some basic analysis. Okay, I do this describe. What it will show you here is it will show you number of data, which is 115,547. The mean of the year, the mean of the month, the mean of the birth, the standard deviation, the minimum, the 25%, 50%, 70% max. All this information you're seeing here. If you want to dump all the column information, right, you can do it like this. This is all the column information, right? Suppose you want to set year and month as index, right? So this is what you do. Okay, now I want to dump the contents. RTH. Okay, you can see here what it did. It grouped by year, and not grouped by year. It actually made year as one year column as index and month column as index, right? So now if you have all the years here, now if you want a basic simple case, if you want, say, you want 1969 January, all the information from 1969 January, you do like this, right? You are getting all the information. This is for 1969 January. Okay, 64 rows. Is it clear? Suppose you want to get all the female information from this data. See all the female information, how total female, you are getting this data. Right? It is that this data means 2006 7th month total number of female was something like this. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, so it's typical filter case. So you can do more, like this is the mail and this is the length of it, this is the entire content. Okay, so understood, right? What is this hierarchical index? And before I finish this, I want to explain one thing which is not so easy to understand. See this line, here. Okay, what you have here is levels. It was a case where you have two index. One is the trading data, one is the price type. Okay, so what happens here, your trading data has possibilities of these dates: 2, 21, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Your trading data has these possibilities. Okay, and what is your the other column? The other column is close, high, open. Okay, the other column is close, high, open, as you can see here. Okay, these are three information.
What is this levels?
Yeah. So levels are, this is one level, this is one levels. These are levels. Labels means what is the combination? Like it is 0, 2. What is the 2? Open is 2, right? 0, 1, 2. So first data is, this is the first level, and the next information is 2. 2 is your open, right? That is why it is. Got it, right? 0, 2. Next is 0, 0. 0, 0 means this date, and what is the 0 value? Close. See? Fine? Yeah, Rupesh, Evangeline is fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is just, labels is a combination of these two. So that is the type information that is showing up. Okay, so this was your hierarchical indexing related information. Yeah, fine, right? Understood what is hierarchical indexing all about? Okay,
Yeah.
so this brings me to Boolean indexing. Okay, so this is okay, Boolean indexing. This is something which is very obvious as of now. So what you're doing first, you are loading this more stock CSV. Okay, then what do you want to find out? You want to find out from this entire data the rows which has price type close. Okay, that is what you're doing. If you're simply dumping this information, it is giving you a vector which consists of true and false. And when you're passing this vector as a index argument in this case, okay, in this case, it will dump you only that piece of information for which it was said to be true. Fine.
Yeah, and where from this NASDAQ all these data columns are coming?
This is present inside this more stock data. This data is present inside the Git directory. If you download the entire folder, right? Okay.
Okay.
There were some data which was missing few days back. Now it is completely loaded. Everything is there. Okay. If you download this, you'll find all the data in the same directory. You execute the same code. This way it will work. Okay. Now. Okay, so what you're doing here, you are getting the close option. You can write much more complex queries here. Like you want the data, rows which has price type close and NASDAQ value greater than 4300. So these are the two rows which matches this particular criteria, right?
This close is having like no open bracket, only one close bracket, single in that. Oh,
No,
okay, got it.
Got it, right?
Yeah, got it.
There are multiple conditions, so you have to
Yes.
clearly separate it out. And this is the and condition that both of them has to be true. This is the or condition.
Right.
Both of them has to be. One of them has to be true. That's the reason why you have this. Okay, so yeah, and a very important thing here. Okay, so yeah, these two things are there. Now you see where information, right? Where means, okay, you have this a series which is generating some numbers. Okay, so what you want to do? You want to do where all, okay, what you want to do? You want to get all the numbers which is greater than 0. This is how you can do it normally, and this is how you can do with where. Right? You're generating, it is generating NaN for the missing cases. Others it is showing up here. Got it, right? This is like similar to previous stuff, just that it will retain the NaN here. The index number will be retained. Fine. Okay, have a close look. This is the difference here. I mean, see the code that is written here, right, are very precise. So hardly. I mean, I'll try to make the menu repetition is less, but there is important difference that is here. Okay, that's the reason it was given. So, for example, you have a data set. You want to find out the data, find out from the entire huge data set which all some particular pattern of information. You can use these guys where and the above filter that you saw here in this case. Okay. Now, okay, let's see now. So we have five rows of five columns of 5 columns and 3 rows of information, as you can see here. Okay, this is a list comprehension code that you see here, right? So in Python, have you revised list comprehension as I was saying last time?
What?
List comprehension. So till now everything is clear, right, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, so this code, right, that you see here, this is known as whatever highlighted code. This is known as list comprehension. Okay, I'll show it independently. How does it work? Because generally, it might not be the case, but as a data scientist, this is some code that you will often write. If I simply do like this, right? If np is loaded, np is not there. So if I do it like this, so see, it is generating this random data like this. What is happening here? Read it from here. For j in the range 3, that means 3 times this function will execute. For each time this function will execute, this entire inner function will execute. Okay, each time this 3 times this guy will execute. What will happen in this guy? It is creating a list of random numbers. How many random numbers? It is creating a list. Around means it will create a random numbers with 3 digits after dot. Okay, this is what round function is doing. And how many times it is generating? 5 times. That is where you have 5
15.
Huh?
15.
Total 15, but each row 5 numbers, right?
Yeah, this is kind of your nested loop.
Nested loop. This is known as list comprehension in Python. Okay, I mean, when you are generating the entire list by writing such code, this is list comprehension in Python. So what is it generating? It's generating this data. Now if what you want in this case is you want to create a data frame, you want to generate index all by itself, but column names you want to mention directly here. So what you're doing here, you're mentioning the column names as you see here. Fine. Okay, so similarly I'm generating more data, if you can see here, right? For I in a range and all that, for more data, just for understanding. Now I mean, after doing this, you can do a check like this, boolean check. So it will return an n like this. Understood, right? 2-dimensional data. If you do this, you will get all the cases which is matching the data set. Other data will be an n here. Now let's see. Okay, other data. So you have stock data dot set index, and you have trading data. Okay, what is this trading data doing? This trading data is actually set index means you are converting this particular column of this data frame to index, isn't it? This is, remember this is very useful operation, setting index, because this will, and what you're doing in the second place, you're doing is in place is equal to true. What is in place is equal to true? That means you don't need to assign the return value to something. It will change the data frame by itself. That means the stock data will now start showing up this trading data as the index column. Fine. Okay, in place. Whenever you are using this in place is equal to true, it means the data frame on which you are doing the operation will undergo the change, not return it. Okay, so here the trading data became the index. Okay, if you want to reset the index, then you do this again. Okay, reset index. That will revoke the index status of this particular column. Now Now let's see here. Okay, let's see here. So I'll come to date range part, but dates time index is definitely one of the most important criteria that we'll be studying. Okay, so all
Hmm.
fine, right? Till here, where this is a condition
Hmm.
in place is equal to true, so whatever is it, it is changing the stuff. Okay, date
Yeah,
time
yeah.
will come as a different topic. Fine so far? Any doubts?
Yeah.
No, fine.
Fine, right? Yeah. Next topic is I would say this is the one of the most important topic of pandas. Okay, grouping the data. Hmm. So in the directory itself, I'll have few files like this file C. And you might have to change the. Let me check if I have revoted it. No, that here in my current local directory I haven't changed. In the server side I have changed. Okay, so it is your football file. So the data is of 1200 rows. Okay, and this is how the contents look like. You have home. Any of you interested in football?
Yeah. We'll watch
Yeah, I
every.
am.
Oh, then this data might be interesting for you, right? Okay, so what you do here, you have this is the team name, right? This is the home score, this is the away score, this is the away location. I mean the other team, right? This is the date, this is a group. Okay, so what do you want to do here? First you want to group by home, I mean team name, right? So what you do here, you are doing this football data, this is the data, group by home. So what will it do? It will remember this line. Okay, no matter what you are using pandas, you are using scikit-learn, you are using any data frame library, whenever you do group by, it will return you a new object that is known as group by object. Fine. Okay, remember this. So see
Yeah.
this, whenever you're doing a group by home, it is returning you a group by object. See, group by object. Okay, now once you
Hmm.
get this group by object, you if you do dot groups, it will give you particular one of those a name, and it will give you index because it is grouping by name group by home, right? So you can
Yes.
see here multiple times AC Milan is appearing. Sorry, Real Madrid. So AC Milan is here and AC Milan is here, right? So it will group by name. That means AC Milan will be there, and all the like 12 is there, 23 is there. So you'll see here AC Milan 12, 23, and these are the other indexes at which AC Milan is appearing. Got it, right? What is group by operation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rupesh.
This-
Yeah.
Yeah, this is group by, and for your only groups, football GB dot groups.
Football GB dot groups, right? Yeah, this is what is group by. This is your football GB is a group by object. It will not
Hmm.
print anything. If you do groups, it will print particular group information and the indexes whose data was grouped to that particular category. Understood, right?
Okay, but yeah, but by group by, there will be no output for
Group
group
by
by.
will there will be no output. It will just create this object. That's it.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so group by. Let me check actually. It, it is a group by object. See, it is a group by object that you see here. Okay, so because it is a complex object here, to dump some content, you will do groups. Okay, you can do a lot of other things actually. If you do size, it will print how many teams, how many rows were there with AC Milan. Understood?
Okay. How many repetitions?
How many repetition? Here it is 5, right? That is because here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Understood?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hmm. This is another data, Euro Cup data. Hmm. All these are there in the folder. Try executing. Okay, so this is this data. So if I dump the data, it will be like typically month information, match played, goal scored. Like this is some 21 data, I guess. EPL, La Liga, Series A. Okay, you have all this tournament information. Okay, and yeah, that is like this is information, goal scored, matches played. So when you do this tail, you'll get last 3 data. When you do, when you if you're simply printing it, you will get all the data. Okay.
Yeah.
you are doing a set index here. Okay, what is happening if in the set index is converting this month into index column. Okay, remember it is not required that index column content will be unique. Okay, so you can of course have same name repeated multiple times. You can see here you are doing set index, right? Then you are doing a group by. See, what is your ulterior object now? You have to group by based on year. Understood? Here you have a lot of data here, right? Rather than entire data, you want to group by based on year, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, just year. Like there are 2 years here, 2012 and 2013. You want to group by that. Let's see how it is happening. First, you made group by as I mean the month is this. Actually, the name is a bit confusing. The month is this. The index now. Fine, right? Okay, so
Yeah.
month is the column name. So what you did here, group by, and it takes one argument here. It can take a lambda function here. The lambda function will take the name of lambda function will get the column name, which is the index. So in this case it will get the month column, and here it is doing a split based on slash and getting +2. What will this result? Month means, see, this is a variable. It does not mean really the month column. Okay, just that the group by will take month as this column, the index column. Since we made this index with no specific column name mentioned, group by function takes index. Okay, so with no specific information you have supplied here, but what has happened, it has made your it will interpret the index column as the argument here, and it will do a split based on slash. What is split based on slash? It will divide this entire content into 3 data. Last data, that means 0 data will be this, 1 data will be this, and 2 data will be the year. And that is what it is extracting. Given this column, it is extracting the year out of it. Guys, is it clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, clear.
Cool. See, now what is happening? If you do groups, right, you will do 2012, this is the information, 2013, this is the information. Understood, right? Now it is grouping based on year, where a year is not a column, part of a column.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Can you just explain once again, please? Can you just explain once again?
Yeah. See, what you're doing here, this is when you see what you did here. First you made month as index column. Fine, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, month as index column. In the next line, what you're doing here, you're grouping by, and you're passing a function here. When you're passing when you're passing a column name in the group by, it will group by that column. When you're passing a function in the group by, it is index will be treated implicitly to that function.
Yeah.
Okay, index will be passed implicitly to that function, and that function will fetch some information out of that index. Fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is it doing? It is taking this first column and returning the second element out of it, this data.
Okay. Yeah. Correct.
Okay, and that is what is used in grouping. So you can see 2002, this is the information, and 2013, this is the information. Fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Now let's see more data. Okay, I'm loading the same file again. Okay, I'm showing the head again. Okay, now again what you're doing, you're setting the month column as index. Okay, now see what you're doing here, you're getting only the information whose stat information is goal score. Okay, so here you can see all the information is goal score. Fine. Okay, you're getting all the data which is goal score. You're getting all those. Now what you're doing from here, what will this data do? iLock. That means it will give all the rows, but one onwards all the column. That means, right, one onwards all the column. Right, from here it will start and all the columns.
If I make any column as an index, if I make any column as an index, like now here month was a column, I set it as an index. Okay. So will it not be counted as a column list?
Yeah, tell me.
I have made one column as an index. in the above case, I made month as an index. It was a column before when I actually created. Okay. Hello.
I'm trying to understand. Just a second. So you made a column as index, right? Then
I made a column as an index.
Hmm.
So when I when I use this ilock or lock through this index indexes, from one onwards, I am retrieving all columns, right?
Right.
Then index won't be counted as a column number.
Right. Index won't be counted as that is what I wanted to show here. See this. The stat information is skipped. Index is intact because the index will be invariably part of your next output data frame. Okay, index will be intact, but you will not see the stat. You can notice it, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so similar stuff. Okay, you're grouping by second column, grouping by this information here. And if you run describe on the grouped object, right, you see a beautiful stuff. You see in 2012, this is a very I like this stuff actually. You're getting group summary. In 2012 you total had 5 what is this?
Laligas.
You have total 5 matches, whatever is it, 5 information, right? The mean of it is 97. The mean of 2013 is 808. So obviously you can see some increment in 2013, right?
Standard deviation, everything is there.
Yeah, everything is now, all this information is coming on grouped by data, which actually gives you a very beautiful summary what has actually happened overall in among these 2 years, isn't it?
Right.
Okay, so I would highlight this. This is very useful when you're doing data analysis. Then you have this group by object. Then you do count of it. Okay, count sum. It will give you summary of all the information, as you can see here. Fine, right? 2012 sum of all those stuff is 485, right? Sum of all those stuff is 485. Okay, so you can do other thing also. Given a group by object, you can print it like this, where name will be name of the group, data will be the data information corresponding to the group. Fine. Okay, name will be name of the group, as you can see here, this data, and data is the grouped information. This name is it is again grouping by year, right? So name of the group will be year. Fine.
Yeah.
Okay, and data, this data that you see here, data will be all the accumulated information about that particular year 2012. This is the information that is accumulated, and that is why it is getting printed here. Okay. Now let's see further. As of now, things are clear to all of you? Okay. Now this is, we'll see anyway. Okay, so now you see there are some NaN data here. NaN means not a number.
Yeah.
Okay, NaN means not a number. Okay, so what you want to do, you want to fill those missing data. Okay, you want to fill those missing data. We'll see a lot of other things in filling missing data as well, but you want to fill those missing data, and you want to use mean of that column, grouped column, to fill the data.
Okay.
Get the NaN, you will want to find the mean of this data and fill it. This sort of thing, right? This is very important part of data cleaning and handling missing data actually. So this is your group by object. Okay, in that you are writing a function transform, and you're passing this lambda function here. This lambda function takes the column name, whatever column is it, then it is doing fill NA and call mean of that column. That is what this is doing. See, now what it would do is, in the trans, okay, in the trans, this data was missing here, right? Yeah, this data. So it is mean of this 2013 group. This is mean of this group. Fine. Okay, so then you have filter operation, filtering. So see, filter operation, this is again useful in when you want to extract some piece of information from the data. Okay, so you can see this filter trans filter regex E. Okay, there is a very important point written here, filter. Okay, note that this routine does not filter data frame on its content. Filter is applied to the labels of the index. Understood? So filter will be applying to the index of the information. So coming back to the trans data. So trans data looks like this. What is the index in the trans data? This month. Okay.
Month.
And remember, filter will be applied only on months. Okay. So when you write filter regex E. Okay. So what it does typically, it actually gets all the column whose name is E, whose name starts with E. This cap E means it starts with it. Are you guys aware of regular expression in Python?
Not in Python. Normally, I heard of regular expressions.
Yeah. So take my words. Read regular expression, but I'll show you where exactly. It is one of the best ways to read regular expression. It is a Google's page. Okay, search here. I recommend this page to everybody. Okay, because it explains all these things in a very regular expression. Google for education. This is the page. Okay, it tells you how to use Python regular. So here it has everything that you need to learn, as for regular expression. I'm sending this link to both of you. Please do it, because after you do this, right, there will never be need to refer any other documentation. Okay. Okay, so this is like, see, regular expression, you will find big books also, but you don't need all of those stuff. So you typically need something to unblock you many of the times. So this is the content. You can do it in 20 minutes. Okay, just write all the code that is mentioned. That's it. Okay. Now let's proceed. Okay, so because of this regular expression, cap E means it should start with E. That's the reason why you see this data. Okay, now see this trans filter like 2013. Okay, so what will it do? Okay, so these are the works on index of the table. This is the first rule. Second, selecting rows with x is 0. So it will select all the, if I put x is 0, so it will select all the rows which has this particular criteria 2013. So it is matching from this 2013 actually. Okay, if I do regex 01, it will select all the rows which has 01 anywhere written, anywhere 01. Okay, so whenever, and if I don't give, by default, if I don't give x is 0, execute it from the beginning. Transit. Okay, so trans is now declared. Now what do you want to do? You want to okay, you can see here you are doing a regex. So earlier case it was regex 01. That means it is by default it is only column. Okay, so here it will search only for index column. Okay, so it is, since you are not mentioning the access 01 by default, which is default here. Okay, this is default. By default it is access 1 in this case. Okay, so what it means, it will give you only the index column. But if you really mention access 0, it means it will select you all the rows. Understood, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the thumb rule that you see here.
Okay.
This is a thumb rule. Now, okay, so again in this case, what you're doing, football data is there, which we have seen above. So what you're doing in this case, you are setting the home as index. Okay, if you want me to dump the data, if I do, sorry, it's not shape. If I do head, okay, so you can see you are getting this home as index column, isn't it?
Yeah. Why? What is that head method does?
Huh?
Head function does what? Head function does.
Can you please repeat what is saying? What is it
Head.
saying?
That head function you have written, right? What that does?
So a head function will give you the top 5 elements by default. If you mention anything in the bracket, it will give you that many number of top elements.
Okay. By default, it will be top 5.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, let's see now. What are you doing now? We are grouping by whom? Okay, in this line.
Okay.
Okay, grouping by whom? GB. Now you want to get name and data, and you typically want all the names which has one space in it. Right?
Okay.
So you'll see you're not printing the other words, you're printing only the words which has one space in it. Just a small exercise was this case. Okay. To do this. Fine so far. Shall I proceed further?
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, now we'll be doing merging and joining. Okay.
Okay.
Well, again, a very important topic. So among that trans data, when you do iloc :4, what does it mean? It means what does it mean? :4.
Means from column, yeah, like including your fourth one.
This
Up
is
to fourth.
trans
Up to fourth row.
Yeah.
Yeah, up to fourth. Right, up to fourth.
Yeah.
iloc means is 0, 1, 2, 3, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
0, 1, 2, 3. And what is the column you're interested? You're interested in La Liga. So it is showing you this information. Right. So this is what your A looks like now. Right?
Yeah.
So, and let's see what B looks like. B is like, series A. So this is your B. Right? Okay. And this is your A. Both of them have same month information. Right? First 4. Now, when you do concat, okay, concat and you're passing the excess information. Excess is equal to 1 means, okay, concatenating.
It is a row, column.
Columns. These are columns actually, excess 1. Okay. So what is happening? It is concatenating these two information. Fine, right?